protecting e3, you can afford to go for moves like rook f1. I'm guessing that's why the engine is saying rook f1. So rook f1, then the queen goes where? I'm not even sure where it goes now.
Actually knight f4.
Oh my.
Wow. Why would you play such a move? Oh, okay, you counterattack the queen. I mean.
Okay, but does it work though?
Yeah, if you take, I take with the queen. I think so.
But you just
queen takes a7. Actually, the engine is more lethal.
Oh wow.
It just takes the
yeah. So here everything wins. Bishop takes, but the engine is suggesting this.
Queen takes on a7.
Queen takes on a7.
Keeping the queen attacked.
Oh my, this is tough. This is tough, and it's a double attack on this guy, by the way.
Yeah.
And this pawn is very soft.
Yeah, and that b7 pawn looks like it's falling also.
Okay, so very interesting.
So bishop c6 was played now, queen e5 and okay.
Yeah, Mategi is not taking any chances, as he said. Has been quite a tough tournament for him. So he's like, you know what? I see a win. I'm up pieces. Let's trade. Let's have it in the bag first.
Yes.
Then I'll make sure. Yeah. Then I'll make sure I don't fumble it in the end game.
Yes. I mean, how are you going to fumble it? Look at this pawn structure. First of all, most of your pawns are on dark squares. Black is the one struggling to kind of have a strategically.
Yeah, but things happen, man. Hey,
yeah.
If you remember yesterday, Omolo.
Yeah, but that's Omolo.
You remember? Oh my! Did you just say that?
Omolo, no, I'm not saying. I'm saying Omolo has a reputation of doing the same thing over and over.
Oh my! Which thing?
The kind of way it gives you a good position and then somehow you misplay it and.
I thought that was somebody else.
I thought he has been nicknamed Houdini. I'm not the one who nicknamed him. Am I the one who did that?
Oh my! Oh my!
So yeah, I'm not saying like
there is life after the commentary. Remember? No.
Like
make sure you can still look at the ball in the face.
Actually, it was not recorded.
It was not recorded.
It's right now pressing the record button.
It's live. Oh,
okay. Then we'll just find a lawyer. No problem.
Okay, and you'll find a lawyer.
Anyway.
But anyway, on a light note, okay. So queen goes to e5.
That's a forced queen trade, if we can say.
Yeah. Well, but you just trade, right? Bishop just takes and you.
I mean, you don't have when to pick it. I can go just rook a1.
Okay.
If rook a1, what's your plan? Okay, maybe the f.
Well, why is the engine thinking this is not so good?
Actually, it's the second best move.
Oh, it's the second best. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah, because it might. If I was thinking in similar lines like Mataiga, I'd be thinking, you know what? I'm winning. Trade
just
everything.
Win. Yeah.
Trade everything. I won't even calculate. I know I'm taking pieces away from you. I'm up a piece.
No, you're not up a piece. You're up an exchange. These are technicalities.
Yes, up an exchange.
Yeah.
But with very healthy pawns.
Healthy
Tongani likes his pawn structures. You can see 3 versus 2. And you can see here
4 versus 3.
We've got some pawn island here, and I don't know.
There's a weak pawn on d6. Yeah.
There are 2 pawn islands. 1, 2, 3. So one pawn island, another pawn island. Then you got 3. Yeah. So anyway, let me stop off a bit, then get back to you. So I can see there's another swing in the Jedon game. It's now what has been convincing for the last hour, right? So we go to the Cassidy game. Cassidy is doing very well. Oh,
no, Cassidy is playing Julie, and okay, Julie is slightly better.
Wow, have you seen that move? Oh, that move is
E6.
That move is beautiful right there. Let's have it on the board. That's for the So ladies, there are also strong ladies who play chess in Kenya, and remember they're all fighting for cars. I can see production. Isaac has put as a byline on the video that these guys are fighting for cars. Yeah, so you can actually save. You can actually save your way to a car. You can get a job. You can play a raffle, or you can get good at chess and win a car. So this particular situation, these ladies, the 11 of them, they're fighting for a car as well as the prestige of representing Kenya in the Olympiad next year, Uzbekistan, which comes with quite a payday, and the heroes welcome at the airport. Plus immortalization in history, because you'll always be remembered as a member of that Olympiad team. So look at this beautiful move right here. Pawn takes, and now you cannot take with the queen because of the obvious move. Wait, I thought this bishop was here already. Okay, but still a good move though. Still a good move. Sorry, I think I saw my own things. I thought this bishop was already here into the discovery on the bishop. Very, very nice. But you also don't want to step away too far because this pawn wants to threaten moving here. Very, very interesting. The engine is suggesting queen takes e6 should be played. Yes. If there is no discovery, of the bishop because the bishop is not on f3, then definitely makes a lot of sense. Okay. Moving so that there's a clearer view of the commentary box. Okay, so queen e6. And yeah, very stable position for Julie, but Cassidy really needs to win this. Yesterday, she had a very, very stable position. She got offered a draw, and I think she accepted it. Yeah, if I'm not wrong. Chumba, yesterday she got a draw, yeah? Chumba, I'm sorry, Cassidy. She got a draw, and and she was not very happy about that draw because she felt she had something more than that. Very interesting. Let's see which other game has got quite the spike in evaluation. We also have the Sasha versus Jumba. Now, these are national champions. Sasha is a two-time national champion, and Jumba Gloria is also a a one-time national champion. So let's see that game right here. Look at this situation. Things are going really, really well for white over here. In terms of king safety, this king is super safe, though you can also argue this one is a bit safe. But remember, there's some sacrifices here which can change that in a second. And yeah, these pieces are not coordinated towards attacking this king, whereas these pieces have some sort of attack on the king. So based on attacking chances or dynamics, definitely in favor of Sasha. And you can even see in terms of the pieces that are crossing the threshold of the enemy position. If you imagine this line being the white domain, and the other side being the black domain, clearly white has the push with initiative. The engine loves that position. Very easy. Let's see the move the engine is suggesting. This is bishop b5 being suggested. Bishop b5. Oh, just trying to get the rook active. Because see, the rook is doing nothing. At least you want to get the rook active. So I'm guessing bishop b5, that's the point. But I'm guessing after bishop b5, maybe just the rook e2, f2, sorry. Yeah, so bishop b5, then rook f2, yes. And then the attack still remains, and there is nothing too special going on for black. Very interesting. Maybe this is even an idea. Knight d6, and yes, it is an idea. You can see here, queen g5, then knight d6 is the next idea. So let's go back to live position. Let's see which other game has got quite the swing. Ether and Nicole having quite a fair evaluation, quite equal. Kudos to her. Now we've got another big swing. We've got the Howie game against Daktari, Irungu. So we've got a big swing in favor of, where's the Irungu game? Right here. Ooh. Yeah, Howie this time might have been caught. Yeah, Howie this time. What went wrong? Things looked pretty... Oh yeah, this move is what cost, yeah, that move. This move right here, guys. Oh man. Yeah, because this pawn became too weak. This pawn right here became too weak. Remember, this rook was defending. Look at the number of attackers. You've got 1, 2, 3. And you had 2 defenders. 1, 2, 3. Equally protecting this pawn. Now, if you take away one defender, then definitely by default, this pawn is dead. Now, Irungu made it a bit classier, and instead of taking it straight away, went for the knight d3 line. Now, let's just see over here. The engine is suggesting just take the pawn right now, but Irungu went for the second move, which is knight d3, all of which just exploit the fact that now this pawn is not secure. And you can't save it, because even if the rook comes back, oh, actually here your queen dies. But assuming the knight couldn't see the queen, now there are 4 attackers on this pawn. You got one attacker, 1, 2, 3, 4, versus only 3 defenders. Sorry, 1, 2, 3. So the mathematics doesn't work out. Yeah. Which other game is having quite the swing? Oh, that has moved away. Yeah. Maybe I could ask Isaac. Isaac. Hello. Yeah. Is it possible to? Yes. So that's such a we can see all games. So there's a bigger screen I'm looking at so that I can keep tabs of all the games going on to see which game has got the biggest swing or the biggest change for us to so we can analyze. Now, the most maybe historically impressive game or interesting game is this one between Gohil Mehul and Oluka Robert McIlgale or Fisher. So Mehul Gohil had been a favorite to win this event, though he downplayed his chances in what we call a gorilla fat. It's one of his analysis. He writes a lot of prose on the WhatsApp groups to try to get, to drum up his competition and himself, just to get the audience excited about the event. And so he really downplayed himself, but he's still a favorite because the three-time national champion has won 2 different cars with the, in this format, no, actually not in this format, in the open format. So this is the first time the national championship is in a round robin format. Prior to this, it had always been an open tournament where anybody, so long as you're a Kenyan citizen, you could come, pay the registration fees, and then play a 9-round event, and then at the end of it all, win a car. But this time there was a change. There was a Grand Prix setup. Grand Prix meaning there are a set of events where each person is supposed to play at least 4, and then based on a TPR is tournament rating performance, the one with the highest average gets to qualify for this stage, and then the top 9 are selected. Then the 2 players who get in get a free ticket are the highest rated player all by the time the results are out for December, as well as the junior national champion. And in this case, we had Kyle Kuker was it Kyle Kuker or was it, I think it was Kyle Kuker who came in as the junior national champion. And then the highest rated player was Robert McIlgale with a 2100 rating. So the same thing happened. And so they're really fighting now. Gohil Mehul, 3-time national champion, playing the current national champion. And it's quite interesting to see because Gohil Mehul and McIlgale's coach are quite besties in terms of the board. They've got quite the love-hate thing going on. But let's see what went on in this game. So e4, c6, d4, d5, and then pawn push. So we've got a Khan with the bishop f5. This is very standard in this opening. I'm guessing Chumba guided the audience in terms of the intricacies of why bishop f5 is a thing. But basically, because this bishop, if you don't play bishop f5 now, let's say you play a move like e6, this bishop is now stuck forever. It is stuck behind the pawn chain. So you want it out of the pawn chain. It's a very, very thematic idea. So anyway, bishop f5, c4, e6 now. Notice now that the e6 move happens. Knight c3, sorry, knight e7. I'm not sure if this move is correct. Let's just go back. Is it a top move? This h3 move? No, it is not a top move. The top move here is knight f3, this one, or a3, or bishop e3. Yes. Now, if you play chess often, you'll be able to tell which moves are natural or not. Yeah, I'm very curious to understand why pawn h3 was played. Maybe he was trying to avoid the pin of knight f3, maybe bishop here g4, maybe. Because remember, this bishop wants to trade itself. Because it has no purpose now, you want to bring it here and trade the bishop. Okay. So anyway, so a3, h3 was played, then knight d7, knight f3. Oh, yes, that was the idea. Because you can see immediately after playing h3, knight f3 was played, then takes, bishop, then the bishop comes back. And when this position, this is sort of a happy position for black, because if you trade, whichever trade happens for the bishop, black is happy. Knight b6, castles, a6, a4, takes, then knight d5. So I'm guessing here Mehul feels that he's quite comfortable, and in instance, yeah, he's quite comfortable. The engine is not loving his position so much, but no real weaknesses to speak of. Bishop g5, but the queen wanted to develop anyway. Knight queen b7. The queen wanted to develop, I mean. Pawn takes, then knight e4. Now this square is looking very juicy. Sorry, this square. But remember the bishop is here for that particular job. The moment this knight lands here, the bishop wants to snip it off. So anyway, h6, bishop back. Bishop not sure what this is aiming for. Not, maybe just wanted to avoid, because you can't bring the bishop here because it will trade, then this d6 becomes an issue, and you can't go to c5. So makes sense. Knight c5, but then of course you just trade it, right? Yes, you trade it, and then now knight. Okay, this is an intermezzo. This is an intermezzo, guys. Now, Mehul sometimes, sometimes the bane of his position is that he makes some flashy moves based on pure calculation, but sometimes he misses something in his calculation. So I'm guessing this is one of those instances, because it was quite unnecessary to play that. You could just move your knight back and be fine, or even knight to a4. The engine is saying, just move your knight to a4 and you're fine, right? But he decided to go for an intermezzo, thinking that maybe Oluka will go for trading the queens, where the knight now comes back and it's equal. Though there is this move at c5, let me just show that. So if the knight goes to b4, queen trades, knight takes, and then let's say what? Oh, the knight is here, so there's no b4. Okay, then this is slightly better for black. Maybe this is what he was seeing, but unfortunately, Oluka is here for a fight. He's not here for trades. So didn't trade, and now there's a double attack. This is an attack, and that is an attack. And though you can save everything, it is not with the... okay, to be fair, you can't really argue too much against this idea. Let's proceed. Knight d5, queen c5, rook c1, castles, bishop. Okay, so here white doesn't have that much, but the engine is hating this move. What is it suggesting instead? Let's see. Instead of rook c8, the engine is suggesting play queen a5. It's now changed its mind and saying queen a7. Queen a7. I'm guessing the idea, because the bishop is here and can't lend support to this pawn, maybe they want to bring the rook to c8 at some point. Let's see. Let's continue the line. Knight d2. And then a5. Oh, so now you want to really barrel down. Very good. Because the knights really clamp the position together, you now want to go for some queenside attack. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, let's see what Mehul played. So rook c8. No, I think that was... let's see what went down. So just 1 second. Yeah, so knight d5, rook there, queen there, castles, bishop, rook c8, then there, knight there, then pawn push. Interesting. So that's the final position. Though they both are really running low on time, it should be noted that Mehul is slightly more vast in blades. So let's see how it pans out. 6 minutes versus 13. Let's see. Though to be fair, in the game against Magana, he ended up blundering a rook with a knight fork, a simple basic fork. Maybe this time in time travel, it will work out in his favor. He's been on quite the roll. Yesterday, he won his game. Though he didn't make it for the interview, we are really hoping today, if he wins, he makes it for the interview so that he can share his thoughts and his feelings about the rough start, and he's coming back. Okay, so let's see which other game has had quite the swing. We have Jadon still going on between Jadon going on against Omolo Kenneth. Kenneth is now down to 8 minutes. As much as he's known as a Houdini, I don't see how he's having this position, man. This is very tough, as in, it's very, very tough. Not sure to see how he's I'm not sure how he saves this. This knight wants to come here and here. Though that also asks the question, how is this rook going to be active? But I'm guessing maybe also this is an idea. You want to trade the rooks. So the engine is suggesting play a5. And then now the engine is saying play king d2. Just bring the king closer. Then king f6. Try to avoid this trade. And then rook e5. Make sure that this pawn never moves. Then b6. And then knight d3. And then I'm guessing the rook will move somewhere, and then now knight. Very interesting. Quite the sad situation for Mono. It's just a matter of time before it's curtains. Which are the game? Let's see the ladies. The ladies, we can start with Joyce. The Joyce game, I can see Kimani is down to 6 minutes. Actually 5. And Joyce is winning. Let's see. I didn't catch this game. Let me just review it real quick. So Kimani went for a d4 opening, Queen's Gambit, takes, then we've got the bishop c4, nice, c5, castles, knight, takes, bishop, okay, nice. Now the rook had to be played here. The rook can be played here because this bishop is putting pressure on this pawn. And this queen is also protecting this knight. So if you allow a situation where bishop takes and then you take, and then the queen takes, you'll be down a pawn as black. That's what I mean. So let's say you play a move like, let's say h6. This is an option. Queen takes, sorry, bishop takes, then this happens. And then you're down a pawn as black. So that is why rook e8 was played. Sorry, not in this position. That's why rook e8 was played. Then rook d1, then pawn push, really grabbing space. And though the engine is saying white is winning, you don't really feel you're winning as white in this position. So rook there. Ooh, not a fan of this one. Not a fan of this one. You're not scared of this move. Let me see. Let's see. Bishop e4 is being suggested. Bishop e4. Oh yeah, just to make sure that there is bishop e4. What's the idea here? Bishop e4, knight e5, bishop takes e5. No, queen b6 is being suggested. Queen b6. Or just having some control on the queen side. Interesting. Some very strange moves, but anyway. Rook c3 turns out is not so beloved by the engine. For me, okay, the idea is simple. Just want to double rooks and then have very good control of the dark squares. Makes sense, but the engine thinks that maybe it could be more ambitious. With what move? The engine suggesting play d5. Just play d5 and then ask black, hey, how are you ever going to play d6? Because if you play e5, I ignore you and play something else. Maybe even d6, very good. And if you play e6, the same thing happens, d6. Yeah, and then you got a very, very advanced pawn. Very nice. Okay, so that was played. Bishop there, doubling the rooks, very good, that was played. Then takes, then bishop to c5, rook back, queen d5, queen being active, knight back. A lot of queen moves been made. You sent the email?
The email, I'll send you the email.
Oh, okay. Yes, I'll send. Just now. No worries. Awesome. So anyway, so that's the situation we are in. We're at the moment. So pawn push. And I think that the struggle for white is that so much space has been grabbed by black. Look, there is almost no entryway into the black position. Everything is, it's only white who can now make defensive. Like there's no way to get into the position. If you play knight here, the bishop takes. The bishop takes and you can't take because this one dies. So you can't make any headway into the black position, whereas black can make headway into your position with moves like f5, maybe bishop h6, and g4 and f4. Yeah, so quite the situation. Let's move on. Now I need to send a certain email, so maybe we can go for a short break. I don't know what I'll put as a screen as we let me see. Roaming camera, no, that's not it. There we go. For a short break, and then we'll come and proceed. Let me see. I'm looking for a situation where it's just the board. Sorry guys, I'm looking for a situation where it's just the board. No, that's not it. Yeah, maybe that's it. Yeah. Okay, so we'll get back. Let me send a quick email. This is regarding the Brilliancy Prize in question. Chumba, you're back. But it might still be on audio. So, came at 10. But I also came at 10. Food. Yeah, Coventry is not as easy as it may appear to people watching. But we need to use some of the engine so I can give accurate analysis. Yes, opinions are awesome, but still, we need to make sure that we also have the citizens' voice as a guide. I was trying also to translate what they are thinking, as in these guys, what we need to do, what has been played before, and then what we see from this. I think that's what will make it but no argument what you've done. Honestly, you still done a good job. Let me see. So send this email to how do you say that in English? You feel you don't know how. You feel you feel you don't know how. I like that. Let me see, where's that phone? So the same here, info. I'm very happy. Let me tweet earlier than you guys. What's the time? It's 1. No wonder I'm hungry. No wonder I'm hungry. I'm wondering why am I hungry. I don't know if it's on. It might be on.